Kaya Shamaye Sure. Such an honor to be here for the Global Peace Tribe. You truly kept me alive during these 3 years. Me and my sweetheart. So I was saying to Omashar, dear Omashar, it will take a miracle for me to come here from Canada, hey. And he said, you know, my Fanny, star child, said, miracles do happen. And for you, and I just want to thank you, Shri and Kira, to have manifested this miracle for me. They are the ones who brought me here tonight. Thank you, Shri and Kira. I love you dearly. The clock is stopped, so that means I play. Let the music play. On joue la musique d'amour. Let the music play through the rivers of my heart. Let the music play through infinite space. Let the music play. Let it be our praise. Let the music play to the deepest part of me. Shakamare Sashin. Ayay Chagaya Mase. Agaya on a Mare Seredo. Let the music play to set our soul free. Let the music play to mend the broken hearts. Let the music play for universal peace. Let the music play for peace and unity. The healing of is peace and harmony. The healing of the healing of the heart is peace and unity. The healing of the heart is love for you and me. The healing of the heart of humanity. I say thank you for the music in the world. I say thank you for the healing of the world. I say thank you for the music in the world. Let the music play. Let it be our prayers. Let the music play for the healing of the world. We don't sit. Thank you.
Fanny. Hello, hello. Fanny Starchild. Beautiful. All right. Beautiful. Thank you, Fanny. That was gorgeous. Divine, beautiful. Thank you. Fanny Starchild, everyone. Put it up. All right. Now, again, we're having Shri return, and this time with his amazing wife, Master Lady Kira Ra, visionary facilitators of Our Positive Shift, returning to the USA after 12 years of living among the indigenous in 3 countries and unifying over 30 tribes to date through Global Minga. It was through the generosity of Shri and Kira that Alexander was able to come to the United States. We're very grateful for your presence and for Alexander as well. Through the Yoga of Self Ascension, we harmonize in Avesa Breathing, singularity, and open to all humanity's highest potential. Please make them feel very welcome once again. Shri and Kira for the first time.
Thank you. Thank you, Ben.
Thank you, Fanny, for smoothing the waters.
Hi, everybody. And namaste, welcome, bienvenido, and igualmente. And one of the blessings right now is that Shri and I have the opportunity to be here with you. And sincerely, we have not stepped foot in this country for 12 years. And and Trader Joe's was amazing.
Oh.
Oh my God, you have organic lettuce in a bag, right? Oh my gosh. Shri and I were in Trader's and people are looking at us and we're walking around and I'm like, Shri, look at this. They have cauliflower toast thingies, right? And we were just like little kids on a mission while everyone else is going, yeah, who are you? And I'm going to another aisle, right? Because it's over. So we are so blessed to be here and just taking a moment to be with you and to be in the presence of this beautiful peace pole and to feel the energy of true unified presence, of the gift that exists inside of every one of us. And the reason we left the United States in 2010, and we appeared right in Los Angeles, right before we left. So it's kind of fascinating that we were brought back here to Los Angeles. For us, it's very fascinating. What do you think, Shri?
I think that it's important to recognize that everybody has a story. Everybody has a
We do,
journey, right? Right. And,
I know.
And one of the things that I'm smiling at as we're back in LA after 12 years is that
Wow, surreal.
I wasn't born Sri Ram Ka.
Yeah, you ever wonder how he got that name?
Where did that come from?
Like, what's that all about?
let
And
alone-
what's a master lady, right? Oh my God, I know where you're all going with that. Just take it apart. I got it. I know where you're at.
And so it's one of the things that we would love to share with you because we live in an age that has been transforming for the last 20 years.
Right?
And
Right?
behold,
Well, that happens all the time.
one of the amazing transformations that we got to witness was the strength of the internet to support us, especially for dating.
Now, I mean, it's how we met.
We met online.
We're probably one of the original internet dating couples.
Yeah.
Spiritualsingles.com, when I think it really was spiritualsingles.com.
Yeah.
And we've been now married 21 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. 21 years of continual public service. Because we came together, if you've ever read our first book, Sacred Union, The Journey Home, which has been in continual print, I think we're in our 12th printing now. What you learn is that when Shri and I came together, he looked at me and went, oh my God, you're dark, you're tall, you have black hair, and you're empowered. Shit. Right?
You're supposed to be a docile woman.
Right? Or not.
Or not.
And so we won't go through the whole story other than to share with each one of you that when we came together and when we were on our honeymoon, we had the blessing. We had just purchased Tosa Ranch in New Mexico for people that were with us at Tosa Ranch. Thank you. In New Mexico. And we were building our first temples and moving all this other beautiful gifted experiences. And we're on our honeymoon in the Mayan Riviera.
Yes.
And the clouds come forward, and kid you not, a full circle rainbow. A full circle rainbow. And it showed what turned out to be Guatemala. And
So the
message,
clouds were like a map
it was incredible.
and a circle around Central America.
It was incredible. And the message was so clear and said, you will spend more of your life outside of the United States than you will in it. And that has been true.
Yeah.
That has been true. And the gift of having really consciously stepped away from what felt like an echo chamber of the same voices was to know that we were meant to go live among those that are still uncorrupted, that are really carrying the light. You have one here right now. I pray you feel him. And when he goes to that land tomorrow, how blessed you are. Because in this moment, we work with 33 tribes. Some of them are the last of their people. When we were with you at New Year and you saw some of those people in our pyramid, One of those women canoed 4 hours just to get to the village where she could connect with the other elders so that they could canoe together to get to where they could get the bus, where they would get to us 2 days later. Now, I want you to really, right? Right?
That was a journey of the heart, a journey of commitment.
And they've come out of the woods. They're coming out because they trust us, because we have lived with them now for 7 years. And you are the heartbeat, right? Global Minga is a heartbeat of peace. It's a heartbeat. It's not a word. It's not a conference. It's not a whole bunch of we're gonna. It's feet on the street every day. We live among, and we've lived among for 12 years. And what we're so grateful for as we are here is to witness how amazing you are, to see where you're going and what you're doing and how you're doing it, and to invite you into an even greater expansion of consciousness, because that's where our journey has taken us.
Consciousness is not awareness. Awareness informs consciousness. A goldfish is aware. Yes, a jellyfish is aware. You are conscious, which means you carry light. Consciousness is light. And the light that is waiting for you to say yes to the expansion. How many times have you met somebody who looks at you and looks in your eyes and they see something that you have not even seen in yourself? What would it be like if you lived in a world where you saw everyone at their highest potential?
Without limitation.
Take that in.
Even when you get burned for doing it, still see them. And always hold on to your love.
There is a spiritual practice, yes. We don't need to go to a temple. We don't need to do 1,000 prayers and 1,000 yogas, asanas. Or you can, of course. Can you hold the consciousness of looking in the eyes of another being and seeing their highest potential? To mirror that back to them so that they might see it for themselves. How often we look in the mirror, we don't love ourselves enough.
Oh, yeah.
This is the lesson for all of us, yes? To love ourselves more, to love each other more, without projecting a bunch of expectations.
And laughing at the ones we do.
Yeah, because we've been wired. We've got some habits, don't we? And one of the ways to get rid of or relax the habits is to tune in to the energy of essence.
There it is. There it is. So taking a breath. And one of the things that Ben shared, and I'm just going to hand my fan down to Dana. Can I give you that, sweetheart? Thank you. So one of the things that Ben shared with you was Avesa, A-V-E-S-A. And without going into everything that Avesa is the gift of the eternal heartbeat, the universal heartbeat. And it actually translates into a symbol. And I don't know how many of you might know my dear friend Veda Austin, who lives over in New Zealand, but when Veda and I were working with this, and when I handed her the symbol for Avesa, what she sent me back was the most beautiful tree of life you've ever seen.
That the water had created the shape of the tree of life in response to the symbol.
So what we want to do right now is offer you a gift. And that is to learn the Avesa breath. It's really easy. It's really simple. You can do it at any time. And what it offers is an opportunity to just relax into your divine nature with even greater presence. Because it's a connection to the heart. It's a connection to that universal heartbeat outside of anything other than you. So it begins with really sitting up straight if you want to, and feet flat would be lovely. You can also stand if you want to. It's all whatever's good for you. But if you're seated, you really want to just sit with presence.
Yeah.
Just sit with presence.
Be the queen king that you are. Sit with dignity. And your spine is connected from top to bottom. And in the flow of that claiming of your authority as a spiritual being, we begin.
So nose. Focus in on your nose. Really relax, but focus on the nose and just practice inhaling through the nose. Let go of anything else, but just consciously bring your breath to your nose. And as you do, notice as that breath is coming in through your nose that you can really call that breath up. You can really call it up and bring it up into what the archangelic realm, the ascended realms call star consciousness, which is actually above the third eye. And so as we lift through the third eye into our star consciousness, we go outside of the defined potentiality of consciousness that is the limitation that seeks to keep you stuck. So breathing in through the nose, the energy is Ave. Ave. You probably know the Ave Maria, right? Ave. Hail. Hail. Hail to the divine, letting go, just dropping, right? I am yours. Why else would we be here? Breathing in Ave, Ave.
Ave.
And really feeling your heart, right? Instead of glub, 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 feel Ave, 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 Ave. And as you're breathing that in, as you're breathing in that Ave, the exhale is long and it's
Just the open sa.
Ave.
Sa. Put the two together.
Ave.
Sa.
And you smile. And you smile.
It gets easier to smile the more you breathe.
You smile. When we exhale with a smile, it sends a signal to the universe that we have arrived, that we have entered into a moment of response-able, passionate action that stands forward and says, I am here as the sea of neutrality, that all have the right to be, that as consciousness ascends through this spiral that we are in this potentiality right now, in this specific moment, that said we had to be in the rose room, that said it had to happen this way, that said these are the people that had to be here, in the knowing of that is where we come forward and rise, knowing that together we are better, outside of greed and competition and jealousy. We have lived among the indigenous for so long, I don't know what a contract looks like. I don't know how to do anything other than tell you if I'm going to do it, I do it. Our word is our bond. And what we've learned over the past 2 years is that seems to be very threatening. And that was surprising for us. We've been really looking at coming here because in the energy of living truly authentically, all those that you meet must in one moment look at themselves, knowing that I am as you are. Living that, I am as you are. Champagne moment, right? I am as you are. And owning that, owning the blessing of the self-ascended presence that when anything is put in front, it's right here. What in me invited this to be? And celebrating that conscious awareness. Conscious awareness. Consciousness is an ever-refining spiral. It's awareness, experience, choice, awareness, experience, choice, awareness, experience, choice, awareness, experience, choice. And the question is, what are you aware of? What are you not looking at? And are you loving yourself enough to hold the compassion when the projection may come forward that simply says, are you done with fear? You done with fear? You ready to step out of victim consciousness? You done with fear? Then let's have some fun. I mean, come on. When are we going to do it if we don't do it now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
22 years ago, I was sitting with, it seems so, yeah, almost a quarter century ago.
Pre-K.
We were sitting together in divine communion, and Archangel Zadkiel, the blessed ascended one, said, Sharamka, why are you here? I said, well, I'm here to help people awaken. Sounds good, right? And he laughed. He just began laughing. He said, Sharamka, they're already awake. But what are they awake to? Is their awakenedness awake to fear, to jealousy, to greed, or are they awake to their divine essence? And just that one simple interaction opened my mind. Oh my goodness, everybody has it. Everybody has consciousness. How are you applying your power of choice?
Ooh, there it is.
What are you awake to?
There it is.
And we all have our unique paths, yet we have the commonality of essence. The essence, the light. Many paths, one light. And lots of reflections, huh?
How fun is that? So you may be wondering, well, how are Shri and I still here after 20 some odd years? What the heck are we doing? Why are we here? Well, after we met online, and it was really an extraordinary moment for us, especially having been married 21 years now, because I'm his third wife and he's my fifth husband. So between us, we're an 8, right? So we have a fabulous backstory. Anyway, so here we are in this moment 20 some odd years ago, and we met in, and you guys were all just there, Sedona. I was living in Boulder. He was living in San Diego. So, of course, we're going to meet for the first time in person in Sedona, right? That just felt right. So that's what we did.
By the way, when you meet somebody online or on the phone, there's this excitement, there's this anticipation, it's like, oh my goodness, we're getting to know each other. There's something happening here. I feel compelled, pulled, excited, expanded. Let's get together. Then what happened?
He saw me. And I sent him real pictures. Get that out of your head. I sent him real pictures.
Yeah.
And so he's standing. Anybody know the Phoenix Airport? Right? Okay, you know the Phoenix Airport. So you know those big round, I mean, this was
Columns,
20 years ago,
column,
right?
yeah.
But they have those big round columns. So I kid you not, right? I'm getting off the plane, and you guys know what I'm talking about. Everybody knows what I'm talking about, right? You have on your best skinny suit, and you're walking to go meet, this is the guy that you're just like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, right? And because I am who I am, I could feel him hiding behind one of those columns.
So guys, don't date clairvoyants.
Right?
Because my thoughts are no longer private.
I never invade. Important. That's an important discernment.
That's true.
It is true. So long story short, I'm going to meet the man of my dreams. My heart is pounding and I'm just like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And I walk up to Shri and I kid you not, I go around the thing,
The
right?
big column.
I go around the big column to find him standing there and he looks at me and he goes, like honest to God, I watched everything in him go, oh, if I made a mistake. Seriously, to the point where when we got in the car, the flowers in the back never made it to me. It's all in our book. And we went through an ego dance over a 3-day period where I was too tall, too fat, my teeth weren't right, my hair was too thick, my skin color was too dark. I mean, you name it, it came up. And the gift of that is I had to love me more. I had to walk through every single judgment to know, right, that was his loss. And that's the gift of this journey, isn't it? To help you get to that moment where you can love yourself more, because that's when our breakthrough happened.
Yeah. One of the things that was such a beautiful gift, I mean, it was painful for my beloved Kira, but it was, in hindsight, as we gathered the gifts from experience, is I was given the gift of witnessing my ego right up front and center. And my ego was seeking to sabotage this union, finding fault, finding flaws, because if I didn't, it meant transparency, intimacy, and loss of control, right?
How often do we throw away a new friend or a new opportunity because in order for that to blossom, we have to look in the mirror? And so we find victim consciousness or we find liberation. Victim consciousness will always find a rescuer and an abuser. It will always be somebody else's fault, and you will always be able to discover victim, rescuer, abuser, and it's a cycle, and it can be easily broken. Joy is a big secret.
And yet, the cycle of victim consciousness is the dominant paradigm on the planet.
Fear-based reality.
Where there is fear, there is always the vigilance looking for the abuser, the perpetrator. And what's interesting is that if we are not loving ourselves enough, we're actually victimizing ourselves. So we're finding fault with ourselves. That doesn't feel good. So we project it out on others. We find fault with others. The fact that I was afraid that she might judge me because I wasn't fully loving myself at that moment, I found fault in her. And it's a very tender, vulnerable moment when we begin to realize there's no escape from that. Yet, there is a breakthrough that happens when we own the feelings of feeling self-doubt or inadequacy or fear. The moment we own the feelings, the moment we cry what needs to be cried, the moment we are actually honest, we touch the greatest gift, right? You've all done this. You touch that empowered moment where all of a sudden the world melts, there is compassion, there is love, there are tears, and you go, oh my God, this is good.
It's when you really discover the joy that can never be taken.
Yeah.
It's when your transcendent nature arises into the knowing of the being. And that's really where our journey has taken us. We spent our first 7 years in Guatemala, and while we were living in Guatemala, we were very, very blessed. That's when we first realized we were to do humanitarian work as well, because we didn't set out to do any of this, I can tell you that. And we were living at Lake Atitlan. My husband's also a brilliant off-grid engineer, and so we have a beautiful off-grid 5-star hotel there as well. And there was a terrible, and this all happened in one day. I kid you not, you can't make this up. We had a volcanic eruption.
Lots of ash.
Huge volcanic eruption, along with an earthquake. Okay, I kid you not. Along with a tormenta, a hurricane. A hurricane came through, right? And this huge sinkhole opens up in Guatemala City, same day. So the village, San Antonio Palopo, and we have all the pictures of that, the village that we're in was cut off from the world. 22 people we knew died in a landslide. And our boat became a lifeline, and my husband's water engineering skills stopped a cholera outbreak. And that was our welcome to our journey.
That really launched the recognition that if we have gifts to share, don't hold back, right? That when we watch these people who work so hard and their homes are sliding down the hills and people are dying, that it's important. I got it.
We're good. I was watching that. We're watching Ben now. Okay, he's got it.
He's got it. So I just want to share with you the impact of witnessing people firsthand struggling with adversity and what that activates in our heart. And from that point, and regardless of the story, regardless of the actions, from that point, we are now able to witness everyday need. Your neighbors, the elderly, the children, the people in the supermarket. Let me offer a hand with that bag. As simple as that. When the heart is aroused, the community lifts. When the heart is aroused, humanity becomes the human, the spiritual being that we took birth to be. Why did you come to earth? Why did you take birth? To love, serve, and remember to love. Serve.
Sing. Do you want us to sing?
It's a little
He
song.
normally sings. Yeah.
So we offer that as a reminder that each and every one of us has neighbors. Each and every one of us has families. We have people. As we look in their eyes and see them at their highest, we become our highest, and we lend a hand and discover the joy of interconnected mutual support. Yes. This is our destiny, yes? Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
It is so much easier to say yes than no. So one more time.
Yes. Yes. And yes. All right.
We love you.
We love you so much.
Thank
There's so
you.
much more we could share. We'll look forward to getting to know you more. Many blessings, many blessings. Muchísimas gracias. Gracias, 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 gracias.
Thank you. Thank you once again, Shri and Kira. Please make them feel very appreciated, Shri and Kira, with those sage insights. Sharing the journey of more than 20 years into South America and Ecuador, and all of the challenges that have been faced and the wisdom that has been gained. Thank you so much, and thank you everyone who has joined Shri and Kira as well from the Global Minga and the community. We really appreciate you coming all this way to be with us here in Los Angeles. What an extraordinary moment. And it does take effort sometimes for us to come together and do what we need to do. We have people that flew here today from Mexico, people that came through great adversity from international and from across the world. We so appreciate every effort that everyone has made to be here. And we are